In a state known for its good food, music, and entertainment from east to west, Tennessee draws people in with the blues and hip-hop of Memphis and the country heritage of Nashville. Drawing people all around the world, like Mid and West East Tennessee has shared in the abundance of greatness, breeding and developing legendary entertainers like Dolly Parton, world-renowned jazz great Dr. Donald Brown, and entertainers and athletes like Peyton Manning. The entertainment industry in Knoxville is ever growing with designers, models, musicians, and artists. Top DJs, don't forget those promoters too, making their mark in big ways from the small city connected worldwide. What do you want to know about Entertainment Knoxville? From Kelly Jolly, the Dirty Governors, the V-Roys, Kenny Chesney, Mr. Mac, Don Nitty, Max Sosa, the Nuts, In2 Deep, 4882, Snake the Great, Kevin White, ENT, to the venues, the Tennessee Theater, the Electric Ballroom, the Bijou Theater, Studio X, 98.7 FM, 90.3 FM, The Rock, to now, X Beats, Josiah Ashley, Compass Check Clothing, Ape Squad, Beauteous Magazine, Golden Styles, Cousin C, 104.5, Trop Blanco, Prince Trail, Coast 420, Loogie, Real JFK. What is going on in your town? We are Entertainment Knoxville.
Entertainment scene is like a roller coaster.
It's growing. It's growing, and it's definitely trying to be that next Atlanta, that next LA, that next New York.
There's a lot of potential in Knoxville. Yeah, I mean, if you're a rapper, it's potential. Producer, it's potential. Entrepreneur, anybody entrepreneurship-wise, there's a lot of potential. People really don't see that. I seen it. I'm walking proof that.
It takes a lot, though. I mean, it takes a lot of unity. So, I mean, it's something that I see happening, something that's been building and growing.
The talent is here. You know what I mean? The talent, that's not a question about that.
The Knoxville market is unique just because it's untapped. It's never been broadcasted on a national or international level. And so there's still a lot of room for growth.
I enjoy Knoxville. It got 4 seasons. You know, it's a great place, great people. It's a great opportunity if you get out there and politic and meet people.
Knoxville's really interesting because there's like really 4 different areas in Knoxville where you can go and play music. Each one of those areas has an entirely different demographic of people there.
A lot of artists around here, they go hard for their music. And whether they like mainstream on the radio or selling mixtapes or not, they go hard for their music.
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Grew up in the east side of Pittsburgh, rougher neighborhood. I came here to Knoxville. Actually, my father had a job relocation here at Alcoa, so when they shipped him out here, I would come out here and visit. It was pretty cool. Grew up playing sports all my life. We got a lot of family members in the sporting industry, so I grew so tall, I stopped playing football because they was tearing my knees all up, so stuck with basketball. So I choose to go play in Michigan. After that, I ended up coming to Knoxville, but I ended up playing professionally too after that, so.
Yeah, I go holler at my guy Boo Jack City, and you know, we kick it and drink a little bit, and that's usually what I do when I want to get out of Knoxville.
Boo, I don't know him. Don't know the man.
Intelligent guy, great work ethic. He ain't gonna steer you in the wrong direction. I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of conversations with him, but the ones I've had been impacting.
He always gives me a free shot every time I come in and tries to get me to buy some chicken.
He doesn't really like a whole bunch of the BS and all that, and he kind of handles his club like it should be ran.
The club is Studio X, located on campus of University of Tennessee. Very popular club. A lot of college students, athletes, professional athletes, actors, actresses. Anybody you name it came through Studio X. It's a big party. You know, I'm all about energy and having fun. As far as my other adventures, I have a contracting business. Remodel homes, remodel businesses, whatever you need, I can do it. And then the third one is a restaurant. It's Chicken in a Sack. It's pretty much kind of like a wing stop, but not really, you know, my own little twist on it. So that'll be a good ordeal too.
I've known Boo now for 8-9 years. I worked at Parada, and you know, him and his mom used to come in there from time to time. For my previous job, that's actually how I ended up here. They had closed, and he just told me, you know, if anything ever happens or you're looking for a job, hit me up, so on and so forth. When that ended, I'd send him a message. It was just, you know, this business about it, and asked him. I was just curious, is the job opportunity for that still on the table? And he was like, yeah. And I came to work for him. The whole bar managing or being a manager thing, I was gone because I'd done it for so long. And then just being here and just who I work with and who I worked for, they approached me with it, and it just felt natural. It felt like something, okay, fine, you know, I already have a lot of previous experience with it, and I've done it, so why not? He is great. He's very business-minded, very business-oriented. You can tell with what he's doing now, he has a passion for it.
Sandy.
T, good dude. Seems like he's always trying to do things in the community. I know he got a clothing store. I try to get out there and support him when I can, and he comes down here and support me. So I think he got a good brand going.
Originally, I was born in San Antonio, Texas. Born into the military, so we relocated every 4 years. Spent K through 5 in London, England, which then I moved back to the States, and then eventually relocated in Knoxville in the 6th grade. I'm a graduate of the University of Tennessee with a bachelor's degree with communications, advertising and PR concentration. Company name is Popular Demand. It started when I was at UT as a group of guys that just threw parties. We didn't look at parties like parties, looked at them as events. My whole involvement with that was I created shirts for every event that we did. So shirts were something that show people like a memory of that event. So when I started doing that, a lot of people started buying the shirts. So it went from that point to me start selling shirts, and then from there I decided I was going to create my own brand, which is Compass Check Clothing. This event, like, we want to do this every year. We're displaying the talent that we have here in Knoxville.
Cause you are my baby, baby. Forever my lady, baby. Forever my girl. Last night I was in my feelings. Had you all in your feelings, she was in your feelings. Break up to make up. We kiss and we make love.
Trop, I love Trop. She like one of the hardest artists in the city, and she got so many songs in my career right now. It's ridiculous. We got some heat that's on the way. We got a mixtape on the way, an EP on the way. It's gonna be crazy.
Trop, been working for a long time. I've been, I can say, a first seen her in the studio, probably in Mr. Mac's studio, long time ago. I can definitely say, I mean, I've watched her grow, and I like what I see.
Every black bitch I'll be spinning, every Glock in every mission. Let me pop it, he gon' miss it.
She's a killer rapper. She's got the juice for sure. She done made me so mad once because I've tried to get her on a feature and she told me I had to pay for it. But hey, that's real, you know? I respect that. I was like, come on, why do you have to be so good that I have to pay you? I'm broke, okay? Jeez.
Trop, she's so funny. She's very talented, very funny. I like her.
Trop Blanco, hottest female artist in the city right now. Who don't know her? She been coming to my studio since I was on Moody on the South Side, like back in probably about 2012 or something like that. Heat.
The biggest thing that I've accomplished right now is being on Pandora. So every time it's played, I get paid. We got a mixtape out.
I have a 4-bar intro on the front. Then can lead into the hook. Yeah. And then do the 12, the verse, then on the bridge.
I'm picky. It's certain stuff I want out and it's certain stuff that I don't. Like I got over 100+ songs. And now I gotta actually go through them like, yeah, I can put that on the mixtape, put that on the mixtape. I just did that. My manager just got a jail. So he got out and seen like the buzz that I had. He like, why don't you have a mixtape out? And I'm like, I don't know. You feel me? I don't like it. Like, he just sat me down, made me put everything down like that I wanted on my mixtape. And I got like 17 solid songs that I know they hits.
Trop is like something different with her in a good way. And as we know, you gotta be different from her style, the way she carry herself, just who she is, her brand. I think her brand really helps her. She got a pretty big name out here, you know, and her music is great. Her music is commercial. I mean, I've heard songs that I didn't even know it was her, because I thought it was a actual commercial song. So she definitely has the right approach.
G Styles, that's my man's right there. He is a stellar musician. I've known him for some years through affiliation. I go up to his house every now and again and he cranks up some beats and I freak out. Man, that's fire. He's like, yeah, bro, we need to get on this track.
From when I wake up to go to sleep, I'm just on music. I went to the University of Tennessee, but I dropped out when I was a senior. It has brought me upon a lot of great connections. I met my teacher, Donald Brown, who is world renowned, so just been able to sit up under him and get some tutelage, some good jazz knowledge and understanding music like that. I feel like even though I didn't graduate and I chose to stop going, it was a great experience for me. It was just a couple things that wasn't working out between me and the major. So I just been really focusing on music full time.
Golden, I've gotten him multiple times in the studio. He's shown me things in the studio. I've shown him things in the studio. So anytime we link up, we vibe out.
That's my dude, I'm going over there at 6. That's my guy, my brother, light skin. I love him to death. It's the ultimate light skin, man. He gonna be mad at you. But obviously that though. Look, I love all my guys.
Me and Josiah, actually, we have a track together called On My Way. It's the title track on my album, which is titled On My Way. And so, yeah, I know him very well. We drink together, and that's about it, and do music.
Well, I was born here, grew up homeschooled pastor's kid over on Western Avenue. Stayed here till I was about 18 and a half or so, then took off to boot camp, but came right back. Love it here. Always wanted to be in the military as a child. Got distracted by music. The music hit a brick wall when I was younger because just too green. Got kind of fed up with it, so I went with my original plan for a career, which was military. And then that got cut short due to birthday, 21st birthday.
Now I know, baby. So tell me why'd you ever even come around? I gave you all my love so you could go and die. I fell for all your pain, but now I know, girl, you ain't got no hide and you ain't got no soul. I'm looking on the pieces just to throw them all away. I don't want nothing to do with you tomorrow, not today.
Oh man, he's the new sound in East Tennessee. We recently been talking about doing some collabos or whatnot. We haven't met in person yet, but he's the new sound. Yeah, I like dude.
We've had a opportunity to work together one time, and I enjoyed the experience. He's definitely a talented musician. I won't say he's just like an artist. I mean, he's a musician. So definitely he's got some talent, and I wouldn't mind working with him in the future too.
That's my bro. We got some music on the way right now. I played a couple gigs with him, so he's at the crib a lot.
Initially, when I stopped doing music, I got signed on by some management, and they were just kind of screwing me over pretty much, and I was young. And then when it all came to fruition and I realized I was just getting had and they were just hanging me out to dry in the end, I was like, all right, I'm done. And they deleted all the material I had amassed via them, all the recordings and videos that we'd done. Like pretty much my whole music resume was just erased. And I was like, well, I don't feel like going through all that again. So I got booked for a show at a casino for $2,400 a night. And I said, okay, it's there, I'll find it. And that's when a hobby that you love meets that line of something you could really make a living off of, and you get real excited. Same thing like when I got to go play Bonnaroo, I've kind of gone stagnant for a little while. It's like you work so hard at something and you just keep doing the same circle of crap, so to speak. And you're like, when do I cycle into the next level? And sometimes you don't see the benefit of your work for 7 to 12 months after you've done something or accomplished something, and then all of a sudden, bam, you get a phone call or an email and you're like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't want to be a small fish in a big pond, and this is a perfect, right now it's a growing scene. It's growing real fast, and I'm growing real fast with it. And we've kind of latched on in a symbiotic relationship, and it's working for us right now.
My favorite part of the night is when I just let them loose and let them go do that real fast.
This is the city I was born in. I went to school here. I know just about everyone.
GQ, he's another solid guy. He's light-skinned folks, man. Nah, man, very 10 toes. His work ethics is retarded. He done brought me, I'm on board for a couple projects of his. And he's definitely a workhorse.
He's solid too. Like I said, he's another name switched up or ever act funny or not shook my hand when you see me type shit.
GQ, that's my dude, man. I did a feature with him on his On My Way thing. I did that On My Way song. I remember when I first met him, I was like, man, who is this dude coming out looking fresh to death? I mean, he always got a whole new suit on. GQ, he's cool, man.
People ask me all the time, how you get that name, man? It's a lot. I just tell them what it is. It's me. Since I was a kid, I cared about clothes more than I cared about toys. I'm sure all you have heard of the magazine GQ, you know what I'm saying? And when I was in prison, I always kept my khakis and shit, fresh. I always kept them creased up and shit, I wasn't gonna let the system break me. That was my thinking, you know what I'm saying? Just called me GQ. That's where I first got the name in prison, you know what I'm saying, GQ. And so it carried on, and just with me, I always, wanting money, you know what I'm saying, coming from nothing. Most people who hit the lottery, they come from nothing. That's me, man. I'm trying to come up, I'm trying to get this money. I'm trying to provide for my family, for my city, for all the people who believe in me. And that's why I added Lotto, man, because we just trying to get this money, man. That's all it's about, man. Got people vibing with me and coming out with me. And I appreciate all y'all that's been there since day one.
Dollar signs in the rain, don't like you not shining. Heavy dose Somali, swallowing your pride. Taking off your clothes, nigga letting it show. Ass scraping all on that floor, raking in that door. Looking at you dancing like we making love, baby. Like we making love, baby. Looking at you dancing like we making love, baby. wanna see you naked. I just wanna see you naked.
He don't stay still. The boy just be gone, man. Hit me up, Brian. Oh, where you at? Oh man, I'm in Miami. Yeah, okay, well, let me know next time. Man, I just got up and left, man. We doing the show. You know what I'm saying?
There's been voices before, but no one has ever, you know, made that real national exposure out of this city. And so that was one of the things that motivated me to represent Knoxville. Right now I'm working on my new project, and I'm just trying to get it distributed, and as I said, just put Knoxville on the map. I hope to be that person to be able to do that, to open the door for a lot of other artists from Knoxville.
When I'm gonna take this DJing serious with this music, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna stamp a city. I'm gonna bring the city, and I'm gonna bring what I can to another city where they probably don't see, you know what I mean, what I see.
He really speaks what's on his mind. I've watched him give advice to artists. He's not the type of person that's just gonna play your music because you telling him to, or you're gonna pay him some money. But on the other end, I mean, he's a great DJ. I think he's doing something good for the city.
Hustle gang.
Yeah, man. We still get it in, man. There's a lot of love, a lot of mother support, man. I love to see this. Young Theo's checking in, man. That new mixtape, man. That mother tired, man. I'm sure he got something for you. Hey, if y'all don't know about it, I'm gonna let y'all hear it go.
I'm from a small city in Georgia called Atlanta. Some people heard about it, some people haven't. Actually, from Decatur. And I've been in Knoxville back almost 8 years. And I came out here to work like a real 9-to-5, relocated. At the same time, I was DJing and stuff like that. So eventually I was able to make the transformation from working a 9-to-5 to being, you know, I guess self-employed is what you want to call it. I've been dealing with music for a very long time. Like even in high school and stuff like that, I was always up to par with the music. I was making my own mixtapes, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you take in a record and put the tape in the thing and all that stuff. I was doing that and bumping my own stuff. Believe it or not, I was supposed to be rapping. That's what I knew I was gonna do. Like I was in the hallways rapping, but I've always been into music. During the college years and, you know, during that period when I graduated and really trying to figure out life, you know, kind of got wrapped up in some BS, and I was like, I need an outlet. And really music just became my outlet. I mean, I had some good friends of mine who DJs now, you know what I mean, and on record labels and all that stuff, and kind of showed me the ropes. And, you know, and I really took heed just to the music wise, you know, and going to the club, and I'm like, man, this DJ's whack, like I could do this. So, you know, I start perfecting my craft, and I took something that became a hobby and it turned into a passion.
Prime a good dude, man. He definitely a hustler, and he's a good guy. He's a humble person. He's always on time because he's one of my DJs, so that's key. I look at things like that. He's not from here, you know, so he brings another element here, music-wise, personality-wise.
That's my guy. That's my DJ. Yeah, anytime I need someone to hit the road or I have anything going on in Knoxville, I always hit up Prime. He's the top guy in Knoxville when it comes to DJing.
This is my DJ and I love him, man. He already know it, man. And I love y'all for being there for me.
I love Prime. I always show love from the gate. Like, from the gate, spin my music. And I didn't have to ask him. Like, just spin it. Boom. And he keeps spinning. I hate that damn song, man. You feel me? And he just spin it.
My big bruh, like I said, been working with him since I was a kid. I mean, it's crazy how long, but I mean, that's my big bruh. He's a DJ, premier DJ of the city and elsewhere. I'll say that.
Like, I can't stand him. That's my little brother. When I first moved out here, I think he was like 15, and he was doing the music. I've taken him to Atlanta with me a few times when he was young, you know what I'm saying? But I've watched him grow. I watched him grow mentally, and I watched him expand. I mean, that's my brother. That's my guy.
X Beats, that's my bro too. I owe him a lot. He done showed me a lot of the works when it come to making beats. He done blessed me with a lot of sounds, plugins. What can I say? It's Elite Squad.
X Beats, oh man, I done knew dude since MySpace. He went from you know these beats that was mediocre to now he's one of the biggest sounds in East Tennessee.
X Beats did Naked and Day One. He was kind of like my in-house producer at one point in time. We had a real good relationship. We used to meet up weekly, sometimes, you know, a couple times a week, just to go over strategies and plans and things of that nature.
From Knoxville, born and raised, so I've been here all my life. That's where I started making music. It's where it's all came from. I started making music as a kid. I probably was 10 or so. I was into drums in school. I'd say about 8th grade or so. Got into drumline, went through drumline in high school. I quit drumline in the middle of high school to really focus on music production. You gotta expand your horizons. I work in any genres. Just recently I was in Miami working. You gotta network. And you only strong as how your network is. So definitely people in Atlanta, like I said, Miami, LA. I mean, I got a lot of connections all over the place. The Knoxville market is growing, so I mean, it's definitely got some huge potential. I can say that. It's probably the biggest it's been here most recent months and years than it has been in the past, so it's exciting to see it grow.
X Beats, yeah, I known him for a minute too. He's a good guy. When I was really young, I used to go up into the clubs with Cousin and Jake Brown and Joe Mack and all these dudes, and they'd usher me around and keep me safe. And they would, X Beats would be up there MCing rap battles, and they'd be up there roasting each other on the stage and stuff. It's crazy. But me and X, we done a couple projects together too. Or I was on a couple of projects that he made the beat for and was producing. We went out together one time to an undisclosed location and threw some money around, and it was awesome.
Mac, you know what I mean, I've been on the road with him a few times, you know what I'm saying, and he's opened the doors for me, you know what I mean, put me in positions to, you know what I mean, I'd have met some legends, you know what I'm saying, in the game through him. And now I've built relationships with these legends, you know, Skinny Pimp, you know what I mean, just Player Fly, and you know what I mean, just people that I grew up really listening to. Like I said, it's relationship, because he calls me for advice and say, Prime, whoop, 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 or, you know what I'm saying, I might hit him up like, bro, what you think about this, you know what I mean, or we just might just talk, you just need to vent, you dig what I'm saying? But again, it's relationships.
Mr. Mac, that's my dude. I currently just met him, but like he been giving me props. I've been hearing so much about him and his son, the music that they've been making and stuff like that. So we've been telling each other we gonna link up for the longest, so now's the time.
Oh yeah, he's cool, man. I love his personality. I watch him on Facebook all the time, getting on that live feed. He's like, this man said to me. But then he goes on this like rant about it, and it's just hilarious. He's got a killer sense of humor. So, and I remember one time when I was young, and that 865 song was hitting, and I come outside some club on Kingston Pike, and he was standing on top of his car going, I'm Mr. Mac. I'll never forget it. I'm telling everybody secrets up in here, okay?
Rockford, Tennessee, straight off of Williams Hill, Alcoa to 13th Streets. Been there raised all my life, you know what I'm saying? My ties to Knoxville, my mom's is from Knoxville. Plenty family over here in Knoxville. So I've been back and forth across the bridge all my life, running around on this side, running around in the Blount County side. So it was kind of easy for me to maneuver. I can remember doing this back in middle school. Like I remember doing a talent show and lip syncing Beastie Boys, Paul Revere. This was before we even knew they was white. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing Paul Revere. I just always done love music, the beats, the lyrics, the styles. Music. I don't know. When I hear that beat or any type of fire-ass lyrics, I want to go in myself. I want to be involved. So it's just the music at the end of the day. I continue to strive on and push where I need to push at to get it where it needs to be and to help get it where it needs to be, because I'm not the only one involved out here.
He has the idea on how to approach the music industry, and I think it's great that he's just trying to collabo people together and help them out.
Mr. Mac, yeah, he records me sometimes. I talked to him last night. Actually, I'll be with Mr. Mac here in a second. But he's one of the premier artist also, and he opened a lot of doors for Knoxville artists such as myself. I appreciate what he has done for Knoxville and what he is still doing for Knoxville.
We're great. Open up a studio, volunteer studios here in Knoxville. Me, York the director, X Beats, production, videos, photos, recordings. We're gonna record bands, rock and roll, rap, Christian, whatever, and it involves Knoxville and the surrounding counties. You know, it's for everybody. It's gonna be a full entertainment company. We even talking about a label to really put these artists out the right way and push their music the right way.
Open up more businesses, creating jobs for people, giving back to the community, helping people out as best way as I can. And basically those things are in my plans as far as Knoxville go, and obviously keeping this party scene popping and keeping these smiles on these people's faces. I like to call myself a trendsetter, you know. Anybody that has their own brand and is not afraid to step out of the box, I would consider a trendsetter. You know, I want people to know, if you looking for a great time, holla at Boo Jack City. If you are looking to smile, if you looking to enjoy life, Boo Jack City. If you need help, Boo Jack City. If you need a hug, Boo Jack City. Hell, if you're a beautiful girl, if you need a kiss, Boo Jack City.
Trendsetter, I mean, I think Boo is. He's been, you know, before he had Studio X, he threw parties. You know, he did all kinds. Some here with what it was before, the place that I used to work at. I think he is. And as far as like entertainment goes, I mean, locally for Knoxville, we do have good artists here.
Eventually, like, I would like to grab, you know, one or two artists, you know, and really, you know, grab them and let's make something shake. You know what I mean? Let's DJ Khaled this right now, cause it's possible. Let's DJ Scream this right now, cause it's possible. You know what I mean? You know, it's been talks about opening up studios. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a lot of things that's in the works. You know, and it's just going to be like the coming together of everybody. You know, so I mean, like I said, you know, one step at a time.
That's where I stay at the studio, is where it starts. So, so like I said, definitely we gonna pull together all the city's engineers, producers, and everything. We about to have something real special for the whole city.
I look at everything I do as just another step to where I want to go. So the retail, that's just a part of it. The career goal is basically turning Popular Demand into a big agency that represents athletes, entertainers, and models. I mean, that's all in one classification, but an actual brand, and still want to keep the elements of brand development and all that under that one brand. So, I mean, I want a full-time agency. About Compass Check, like I said, that's just another chapter of it. I mean, my plan wasn't to be a clothing designer or a stylist or a retail store owner. Like, that's just part of it. You know, so right now I'm just really building a portfolio to one day actually put some of the other plans in motion.
Knoxville's been good to me in that department. I don't know many people who have the support group that I have, except for, you know, Trop and Cousin and all them. They've done their thing, they got their support. And that's what you need as an artist. You need the people that get your back in that area. So,
right now I'm currently pushing my new single "Can't Compete" to radio. I just got my Pandora station recently, which is I'm currently about to have a lot of music uploaded to. So I'm basically right now I'm trying to grow my fan base through radio and internet radio. That's right now is what I'm mostly focused and targeted on.